All right, welcome to the Wire to Wire podcast. As always, it's me, your host Yusuf, and I'm joined by my regular co-host Jordan.
It's been a while, man. I'm gonna need some time to freshen up, but as when the conversation gets flowing, I'm gonna get going.
This guy's you're on Shannon Sharp. You're on Shannon Sharp time today. Huh?
Yeah, of course, man. Come on.
Got the Shannon Sharp glasses going on. I see you,
Yeah,
bro. But
yeah, of course. Got to switch it up for the audience.
yeah, no, just to kind of kick things off here, this fake so-called decision of all decisions, right? So, just to give the audience some context, you had sent me a text yesterday saying that he's announcing something. I watched it and I immediately said to you, I said, this guy is obviously promoting something. I don't believe it's a retirement decision. The video comes out today, and what do you know? He's promoting alcohol, Hennessy, right? Now, I was right and I was wrong. So I was right that he was promoting something. I thought it would be for Amazon Prime, Prime
Mhm.
Day or Taco Bell, some National Taco Day, whatever.
Or DraftKings, yeah,
Yeah, but turns out it was for alcohol.
yeah.
Okay, I was wrong about that. But I knew he wasn't going to retire. But what did you think when you saw him release that trailer and then the aftermath when you saw his decision?
I mean, at my first initial thought was definitely the thought was retirement, right? Because it's right at the beginning of the season. Um, Again, we're all waiting for when he's going to do this announcement and how he's going to go out. And we know he always wants the spotlight and all the attention, right? So why not now in terms of putting out the same way he made that decision almost 10 years ago when he went back to Miami or when he went to made that decision to go to Miami. So, and for him to do that same style again, maybe the idea was there, right? And it's interesting because a lot of people really thought in that same realm, right? They really thought he was going to announce his retirement. Um, Ticket prices went up for these games, right? A lot of sharks out there went ahead and resale and put their resale volume up, knowing that if this is his last lap, you know what I mean? Like everyone's gonna want to be at these games, all right? And everyone got hoaxed. So when you told me that it's probably he's trolling. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. Because, like, he likes to troll. And it's not the first time he did this, right? I remember he had an ad with Amazon previously. He had a commercial where he sat down at the podium and it was in that same realm of announcing something. And it was just, I believe it was Prime Day at that time or something like that. So I thought it was going to be the same thing after the fact, but then it just had to happen to be the alcohol of the NBA and Hennessy. Uh, I don't know. Again, I guess we got to think that when he really wants to make that announcement, he's gonna make a whole granular thing about it because you know how LeBron is. He likes the spotlight, he likes the attention, and I'm sure it's gonna be much more of a spectacle when he decides to make that decision.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head. He does love the attention, and that is precisely why I didn't think that he was going to announce it. This was just a way for him to get attention. I'll tell you why, because him and the Lakers have kind of been having a little, passive aggressive back and forth.
Mhm.
It's like, for example, like, in the workplace, when there's an employee and leadership doesn't get along with that employee. And so they do like these little professional back and forth, passive aggressive little quirky things at each other. So it's kind of like that. So with the Lakers not offering him an extension and then him having to opt in, knowing that he wasn't going to get extended with the Lakers beyond this point, right? They're holding behind closed door meetings with Luka Doncic and not including him. They're selling the team without even notifying him and letting him know, right? So they're having their little back and forth. And Rob Pelinka, when he did that press conference with JJ Redick announcing that we're gonna resign him and extend him, you notice LeBron got JJ Redick the job, but LeBron wasn't there at the press conference, right? And
Mhm.
then Rob Pelinka was like, we would love for him to retire as a Laker and do a farewell tour. He's kind of forcing him out the door. So there's no way LeBron being the attention seeker that he is, that he was going to give the Lakers an out and just retire and make it easy for them.
Right.
So to me, I'm like, this is too good to be true. And also, too, he knows that yes, he has a lot of fans and fanboys, but he also has a lot of people who don't like him and want him to walk away from the game. So he is going to troll those people and let them and throw it in their face,
Hmm.
pause, that he's not going nowhere.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. This is my home. They're gonna need a fucking wrecking ball to take me out of here. They're gonna need to send in the National Guard, a fucking SWAT team, because I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, and the thing is about it, it's like I feel like LeBron is he's holding the league captive right now, right? And he needs to go. Like we've discussed this time and time again. But again, he's not gonna make it a thing where he's just gonna say, "Hey guys, this is the notice. Give you 2 weeks notice that I'm gonna be retiring this season. This is the farewell tour." It's never gonna be like that. Um, so my thought process is like, what do you think his approach to retirement is gonna be? How do you think he's gonna roll it out?
Yeah, so to answer your question about this rollout, if you want to call it that, for his retirement, I noticed that he likes to copy a lot of people, right?
Hmm.
So, for example, the whole Space Jam, he took that from Jordan.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the interview he did recently with Complex with Speedy, but he asked him, what do you want to do after your playing career is done? And he
Hmm.
basically took Kobe's entire answer about I want to be a storyteller, right? His whole podcast, Mind the Game, that was
Hmm.
a cheap imitation of, Kobe Bryant's show Detail.
Yeah.
So I think he's probably going to do it in the form of like a letter,
Hmm.
basically saying, "Oh, just a kid from Akron. I gave my all to this game,
Hmm.
and I told myself that I will no longer play when I have nothing left to give, and that time has come." So I think he's
Yeah.
going to do something kind of like corny and unoriginal like that.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to take his time in doing it. Like I think, to be honest, I just accepted the guy's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Like
That too. That too. That too. Like if you would say would you say over under 2 years?
I say probably 3 years. I say he's gonna
Yeah. See?
he's gonna stick around 2 to 3 years, bro. This guy doesn't look like he wants to leave anytime soon.
No.
And
No.
unless the NBA does something drastic where they try to force him out,
Yeah.
I don't see him of his own volition choosing, I'm just gonna walk away from the game.
And I think him trolling with all these, like, you think I'm gonna retire now, makes it even more valid that he is not even close to retirement, right? Because he wouldn't be joking around like this if he was at the end of the day. He would almost be like almost quiet and like it'll just come out of nowhere. But it just doesn't seem like he's a guy that is ready to give up this game, right? It's just we see him trying to do other things, right? He's on Kai Cenat's stream. He's trying these. He's golfing now. Like he's trying to do these things, and he's trying to act like he loves it, like he's ready to do these to take on this next step in his life. But he's clearly not. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost like him trying to like make it seem like, oh yeah, no, this is what I want to do. Like I'm ready for this, but it's not. Because like you said, like he's not really authentic. When he's doing something, it always seems like he's just following someone. Like with this whole golfing thing, it's like he's following Steph. Like, oh, Steph's big on golfing. Like let me get into golfing, and Jordan's big on golfing. Let me get into golfing now. You know what I mean? So it's just like when are we gonna see the real him, like the authentic LeBron James, and it's his decision making, his style, his way of doing things? Because we've never really seen that.
And I don't think he even knows who the real LeBron is because I believe his entire identity is just premised on being the basketball player because he's been doing it since he was a kid, right? He was a high school phenom, came to the NBA. So his whole entire identity from his youth to his teenage years to his adult years, all throughout all his 30s has always been basketball.
Hmm.
And he's always just looked at guys like Kobe and Jordan and just wanted to model himself after them,
Yeah.
thinking that's who I need to be and that's how I need to be. But he's never actually done the work to find that level of identity within himself. And I
Hmm.
think the guy's just a flat out narcissist.
Hmm.
And also too, he's been enabled his whole life, like his friends, his inner circle, they're always constantly validating and telling him how great he is. Like
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
family validates him, tells him how great he is. He has
Hmm.
people in the media validating and telling him how great he is.
Yeah.
So he's never actually had to do the work of having to really identify like who am I? Like what as a
Yeah.
man, what do I stand for? What do I believe in? What are my morals, my principles, my values? And that's always been my issue with him, is that rather
Hmm.
than him having that established identity and having some level of morality, to him, like his world just revolves around him and it's him 24/7. So I think he's afraid to walk away from the game because he doesn't like the reality that one day he'll turn on ESPN and they won't be talking about him.
Hmm.
He'll have to watch basketball. He's not going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And I really think this is what is gonna stop him from retiring anytime soon, right? Because that void will just never be filled in terms of him like figuring out like I did it, or like I'm done with it. It's like no, like I still kind of need it, and he'll always have to kind of hold on to the game and just try to almost adapt to what the young guys are doing, because that's all he's been doing recently, right? He's just try to fit in with the younger guys, right, as much as possible. That's why he's going on streams. He does the dances. He tries to talk like them. He tries to fit in, and I think his time's up. As great as he is, but his time's up. We need a new face of the league. We need a new talking point. We need something else to talk about. And him staying in the league, he's always going to be the topic of discussion. And it's not a good thing, right? Like if we go into this NBA season, like what is the excitement? What is the headline that we're excited about going into this season? Outside of like, oh, LeBron, is he gonna retire? Is he not gonna retire? Like that's all we have right now.
yeah, and even too how weird it is, like because today is the anniversary of when Jordan announced his first retirement. So
Ironic.
are you really that thirsty to piggyback off of someone else's legacy that you do something like this, right? But I
Hmm.
think, and this is kind of where fatherhood is very important because look, nobody's perfect. Everyone has flaws, right?
Hmm.
But the thing is, Michael Jordan had an active father in his life while he was alive who would give him that fatherly love and give him that fatherly advice and I'm sure, would check him at certain points
Hmm.
that even though he was like way up here in terms of his like status, he was still somewhat grounded.
Hmm.
And he walked away from the game while he was able to.
Yeah.
A guy like Kobe Bryant, he had a father in his life too. Obviously, at points in their life, the relationship was kind of tumultuous. It wasn't always perfect, but he did have that father figure. He did have that father in his life who he learned from in
Hmm.
certain respects, right? Because he had exposure to the game, so he knew what the grind looked like. And then even from just a male perspective, having that role model, having someone that you can talk to. And you can kind of tell it in their behavior. Like these guys, again, they're not perfect people, but you could see in their mannerisms that they never really were seeking attention. For them, it was just being committed to the game. And then
Right.
everything came after. And you can see that you can see that gap in how he conducts himself. It's always about attention. And even the way he's going about it is weird because it looks like Like it looks like now he wants to make enemies because I don't know if you heard, but he wants to start that rival league
Hmm.
in Europe.
Yeah.
So the league that has given you a career, that has given you an opportunity, you now want to make somewhat of an enemy out of them.
Hmm.
Like basically, it doesn't look like the owners are gonna allow for him to come in and join their club and own a team.
Of course not. Yeah.
So you're burning bridges, even by doing acts like this.
Yeah.
You're not gonna make yourself look good to those people. And then even with the Lakers organization who held you down for 8 years, you're
Hmm.
even trolling them in a way because you're making them think, hey, this guy might retire, but you're basically sending a message like, no, you're stuck with me.
Yeah.
So
100%.
and then a guy like Luka Doncic, who probably grew up idolizing him, is looking at this and says,
And
"No,
like,
now I got to be part of this circus when I
yeah.
just want to hoop."
Yeah. 100%. When he has
Right.
aspirations for an MVP or a title, his first title, and it's just like, it's always going to be the LeBron show.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, are you gonna derail me? Like,
Yeah. Like,
is this gonna
what
be
are we
about
doing
me?
here?
Yeah, like,
Like,
are you? I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win a championship. Maybe go for MVP. I'm trying to
Mhm.
lead this team somewhere. Are you gonna be a distraction? Are you
Mhm.
gonna get in the way of that? Are you gonna sabotage me?
Yeah.
So I don't understand why a guy who's 40 going on 41 wants to behave like this. Like
Mhm.
there's no reason to be going out like this. Like he might think this is cool, but this is actually very sad what he's doing.
Yeah, but the LeBron fans, the fanatics will always find a way to back him some way somehow, right? But and I just don't like I don't know. I don't like the act. I don't know. I just don't respect it, really and truly. I just all the trolling. I don't. Are you an actor or are you a basketball player? Which one? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I
And
mean?
it
I understand you're in Hollywood, but like, let's come on.
and it's funny because he was a lot more professional when he was
Yeah.
younger. Like
Yeah.
this is the crazy part.
Yeah,
Like
he's cutting people's dreads, streamers' dreads, and
yeah,
tying
this
them in his hat now.
and honestly, it, if he was real, he would have his son chilling with guys like Kai Cenat instead of being there on the Lakers bench. Like
Yeah.
his son would probably be better suited in that world as a streamer
Hmm. Yeah.
and doing his own thing, carving his own path, making his own way. Like his son should be in that room hanging out
Yeah.
with all those kids, not you. You're 40. You should be their OG,
Yeah.
but you're over
100%.
there behaving like you're one of them.
Exactly. Like if anything, he can definitely like pop in because like, oh wow, you know what I mean? But in the background and just like eventually like, yo, like I'm an adult. I got adult things to do. Like I can't sit here all day and just, be on stream
Yeah,
talking about whatever.
like I remember, like we were growing up, right? And
Yeah.
not to say like we're old guys, we're just millennials here. So
Hmm.
don't people take that, when we were growing up, we're not talking back in my day.
Yeah.
Like when we were coming up, remember the biggest artist in the world at that time was probably like Bow Wow, right?
Hmm.
And Bow Wow was friends with Michael Jordan's kids, Marcus
Hmm.
Jordan.
Hmm.
So yeah, he used to hang out at Michael Jordan's house, but he was hanging out with Marcus Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Jordan probably saw them around the house, would make jokes
Hmm.
with them, and then go off and do his own thing.
Yeah.
He wasn't sitting there trying to hang out, be one of the guys with Bow Wow
Hmm.
and Marcus Jordan. Like, no, he was
Yeah.
just like, hey, what's up? You're in my house, whatever. Troll them, make jokes, and then go on your way. That's the role that he should be playing. Like, instead of trying to force your kid to carry your legacy and your name in the league, let
Hmm.
him make his own path. Like, okay, he should probably be a streamer sitting at home playing games with guys like Kai Cenat and Aiden Ross and these guys.
Yeah.
And then yeah, every now and then you pop up on screen, you make jokes, and then you go on about your business. But
But do you think that knowing that Drake and Kai Cenat were supposed to have like a whole streaming day, or they're supposed to stream, and then it didn't fall through, right? And then I'm not sure about Drake and Kai Cenat's relationship right now, but knowing that Drake and LeBron have their little tiff right now, Do you think he intentionally went on the stream like in a way to spite Drake in a way? It's like, I'll go on this side. I'll plant my f flag on this side since you don't wanna. You can stay over there with Aiden Ross's and the other white streamers. I'm gonna hold it down with Kai Cenat. Do you think that was in his intentions at all? Even though I know we mentioned previously his Complex interview when he briefly touched upon his relationship with Drake. And how I can't remember what he would have even said in it, but he said, you know, he's doing his thing and I'm doing my thing, whatever the case may be. It's always love, like something along the lines in that DJ Khaled realm, how they responded to the relationship with Drake. But do you think that there was any notion there from LeBron?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, that thought never crossed my mind.
Hmm.
But now that I'm hearing it, I think there could be a lot of truth to that.
Hmm.
It very well could be because he strikes me as the kind of guy who's very spiteful and
Yeah.
he kind of likes to be passive aggressive.
Hmm.
So it honestly would have surprised me if that's the case. It very well could be true. Like it never crossed my mind at the time, but now that I'm sitting back and I'm hearing it and I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, that very well might actually be the case.
100%. Like I just like again, like I said mentioned earlier, you know, as a conversation that gets going, like this just something that like light bulb went off in my head. Like, who knows? Like maybe he was doing all that just because he's looking at Drake. Drake's been streaming as well, right? He's made that a part of his rollout and a part of how he's been going about just like showing up, right? So and LeBron looks at Drake as like a brother in a sense, right? So it's like whatever you could do, I could do as well. You know what I mean? They always have that. I feel like they have a competitive nature right now in terms of just like being the greatest at what they do, right? And now they're separated. It's like they're almost in their own lanes and how they're operating and maneuvering, right?
Yeah, I could see that. And I think, and I think when two people have a lot in common, I think eventually it leads to the dissolvement or the dissolution of that dynamic that they had.
Hmm.
So I think Drake, in an odd way, he kind of has something similar to LeBron in the sense that music has kind of become his identity.
Yeah,
Like he's always been the boy,
yeah,
like the guy who delivers you hits that you can
yeah,
look to for the vibe. Like he sets the tone
yeah.
and he dictates the terms of music and the direction of music.
And he can't walk away, similar to LeBron. He
And I
can't walk
yeah,
away
and
from.
I think
He
it's
has to
very
be in the
hard for him
spotlight.
to walk away. Although I do think that there would be a greater, I guess, whole if Drake was to walk away from music versus if LeBron was to walk away from basketball.
Mm,
Because I think it's kind of just at a point where like everyone's just kind of tired of him, Like this
yeah,
guy,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
you
yeah.
you you've overstayed your welcome. You did what you had to do. Let it go.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, there's a lot of young talent behind him that's coming up
100%.
that people want to see flourish.
Yeah.
I think where Drake is in a slightly different position than LeBron
Mm-hmm.
is there's no young talent coming after him. Like
Yeah,
it's
100%.
so Drake is like the last of the Mohicans.
Yeah.
It's once he walks away from music, it's gonna be very rough.
Mm-hmm. Because now they're forcing us to look at Cardi and Nicki and their beef, right? That's what hip hop is right now, right? Instead of it being about the next up and coming artist, it's like, oh, we have the next beef coming up. Next on the scorecard, we have Cardi and Nicki.